Hello. People are showing up. I'm doing a little test. Thank you for joining me. Juan Sepulveda here from the Winding Stairs. Andy, good to see you. Didn't expect anyone to show up because I'm not even promoting it. um, but yeah, I'm about to hop in and do some editing, some podcast editing, and some thumbnail editing. Brian McCarthy, good to see you. Kyle, very nice seeing you. Question: do you hear my music? I'm curious about that. I'm listening to some loud music here. Thumbs up, hear my music, or you don't hear my music? No? Awesome. Like I have some really, really loud music in my ears right now. Um, so I'm working on a thumbnail just to at least give you a little bit of information of what I'm doing. I'm editing the thumbnail for an episode of Roadmap to Freemasonry, my conversation with the Grand Master Harriet. And I'm working on the thumbnail for that. I use Photoshop when I have my pen tablet. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, I use this. Andy, send me an email. Juan Sepulveda at thewindingstairs.com. And yeah, so I'm going to be editing that thumbnail. I have to edit the thumbnail for the Masonic Roundtables episode tonight. If you didn't hear it, we were talking about mentorship. I thought it was a really cool conversation. Some very practical things shared there. Humberto Santiago, what? Good to see you, brother. Thank you for joining me. Missed you on Monday. We went to Three Sisters and we noticed your absence. So what else? I'm also doing I just started downloading the latest episode of the Masonic Roundtable and will be editing that and uploading it so it can be available tomorrow. Oh, nice. Humberto, good to hear that. I'm sure I'll hear about it soon. Humberto is a candidate, for those of you who don't know it. He's petitioning to my lodge, but he's a longtime friend of mine, so fingers crossed. So tonight, out of the blue, I just wanted to hop in here and test this new way of going live with Facebook. Things are changing on Facebook and YouTube, not Facebook, YouTube and Google. Let me turn my music down because this is really loud. So things are changing with Google and with YouTube, and I'm familiarizing myself with some of the features available. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and log in and see if I can share my screen. But through here, where I'm doing it, I can't seem to share my screen, so you can't see what I'm doing with the thumbnails or what I'm doing with the audio. I'm gonna do a video for the patrons. There's a group of brothers that support me through Patreon that part of the reason they're supporting is like they want to make sure that they learn a little bit more about the podcasting process. So if you're interested at all in learning how that goes, one of the levels of support there grants you access to some live videos where I'll be just taking you step by step to my process. I'll show you my tools. I show you my process. So if you're interested in starting a podcast or starting a blog or anything like that, check that out. You can check it out at thewindingstairs.com/support. All the details are there. But tonight's episode of the Masonic Roundtable, I thought it was really good. If you have not seen it yet, or have not listened to it, I invite you to check it out. It's episode 264, if I'm not mistaken. It's the latest episode. If you listen on audio, you'll check it out tomorrow morning. The video is live already on YouTube, so you can just hop on to the Masonic Roundtable on YouTube and you can check it out. Yeah, I've seen Twitch, and I've been able to do that with Hangouts, but it's a good idea. I have not considered Twitch. That might be a good way to go. I've never used Twitch, but I've participated in some of their things, so that might be a good alternative. But yeah, I was surprised that people are showing up. I'm curious to know, of those of you who are watching how did you find out that this was happening right now? Like, did you see it on, you get a notification? I would imagine you have like the bell clicked on the channel. Please let me know so I can figure out how that happened, because out of the blue, 4 people showed up. Notifications, nice. And just out of curiosity, does your notification make a sound? Because mine doesn't. On YouTube. Nice. Kyle, thank you so much. Brian, Umberto, thank you for helping me out. Yeah, so yours doesn't make any sound. Good. Well, since you're here, let me show you a couple things that I've done new with my studio that you might not have noticed before. My trusty friend here helps me with the lights. I took advantage of some Amazon Prime goodies. So Alexa, turn hair light on. Look at that. Come on, Alexa, don't let me down. Alexa, hair light on.
Sorry, I didn't find a device named hair light.
Alexa, turn the hair light on. There you go. So I have my background lights there, and I have some lights back here. Let's see if you can see that down here. Let me see. And boom. What? So I'm really excited about that. I wanted to have some colors back there that pop, have something nice while I'm recording. And you probably won't see it in this camera, but when I'm recording with my really good camera, I have it right here, pretty much at the same height as I have this webcam. And I have all these little, these different light sources kind of like filling out the space. And I have a ring light that it just makes it look so nice. So I've been playing around with that. I'm going to start publishing more videos regularly. I have a lineup of topics that I'm going to publish, and I've had some really cool topics that I've been studying to actually share with you, brothers. And I'm not going to do like the Masonic Roundtable where we do it live. I like taking my time, editing, and just publishing every now and then something that you can share with brothers. So what I'm doing here is not going to take the place of the Masonic Roundtable. That's a whole different vibe and a whole different process. So I really enjoy it. So since we're here, let's do a Q&A. If you have any questions, any about Masonry, about me, about what I do, feel free to ask me. I'll tell you what I can. But it's been a fun month. There's been a couple of changes happening that I think are going to be very positive for the Winding Stairs. I wish you could hear my music though. This is popping. Let me see. So I'm in the process. Like, this is how it looks for me. Normally, everyone's going to sleep, and I'm hanging out here in the studio. I'm trying to build some good habits. For a while there, I would just, the night would come, I finished my shows, and I would just go out and watch some YouTube videos or just sit down and do nothing. I've been a Mason officially for a decade, which I'm glad you asked, because I've been meaning to check my dates. And I think I became an apprentice on May of 2009. I'll tell you right now. And let me see. I did actually recently, I scheduled in my calendar, I scheduled like a reminder of all my different milestones in Masonry. I'll tell you right now. Oh no, in November. In November, it'll be 10 years since I joined Masonry. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna make a big deal out of it, make some sort of event, celebration, a special broadcast or something like that. What do you think? Umberto, I'm not active in Toastmasters. I do miss it. I used to be very active in Toastmasters. For those of you who don't know what Toastmasters is, it's an organization in which you take your public speaking skills and polish them. You make them better. You go there and speak in front of a lot of people, and they judge you in different areas. So you'll have someone paying attention to your grammar. You'll have someone paying attention to your your ums and your so's and like any kind of crutch that you're using. Crutch? That sounds weird. I guess that's what it is. Anyway, so you progress through it and you participate. I got to the point like you see these uh all these trophies I have back there. Those are trophies I earned in public speaking. So I would go to competitions in the region, in the area, and I would compete for trying to be a better public speaker or a better evaluator or a better off the cuff public speaker. So that was a very, very fulfilling experience to be a part of Toastmasters. But I've gotten so busy with other things that I focused all my time on that. Let me see. Any other questions you have here? I have Brian. Interesting. Brian is asking, so you're learning, Brian McCarthy is asking about his catechism. He says that he thinks it would be easier to learn without a cipher. That's interesting. Perhaps it's the way you learn. For some people, it's easier to for them to see the actual symbols or the actual letters. And it's been an experience for me that you can learn long blocks of text without missing any kind of word if you've seen that written in ciphers. As a matter of fact, I've been getting deep into memorization. It's something that I'm very interested in. I've memorized pages upon pages of text, and I've been following Nelson Dellis. If you don't know Nelson Dellis, he has an awesome YouTube channel you need to check out, and he is a 4-time memory champion from the Memory Olympics. There's a really good book that talks about the whole Memory Olympics, and it's called Moonwalking with Einstein. I think it's Joshua 4. I think it's the name of the author. If you haven't read this book, put it on the top of your list. First, second, or third space in your reading list. He talks about memory championships, and there is an actual event where people go and memorize entire decks of cards in order. So they just have one chance to look at them. So they'll be flipping through all the cards, looking at the cards, putting them down and reciting each and every card that they saw. And I'm on my way to eventually do that. I'm far from it, but it's possible. And for some people, memory work is easy when you're actually seeing something. So Brian, for you, it might be easier for you just to listen to the words and have that conversation with someone. But for other people, it's really a helpful tool. Yeah, I know it's intimidating to memorize the catechism because it's not something that we do normally in today's society, sitting down and memorizing something. It's not something people tend to do. But when you do it, it's really impressive. It's really fulfilling. Matter of fact, I've been wanting to memorize The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe is one of my favorite poets. And I want to memorize that. I want to know the Raven by heart. You imagine one day, you know, you're sitting there at the table and then someone starts reciting an entire uh, poem like that. And people used to do this more. I don't know why we don't do it. So, but don't be afraid. Whenever you start practicing your memory skills, you'll see how your brain just soaks it up. Now, here, pro tip: make your mind a good repository for new memories. If you have any questions, line them up so that I have the next question. Feel free to ask me a question there in the comment section. If you just joined me, thank you for joining me. If you don't know me, I'm Juan Sepulveda from the Winding Stairs Freemasonry podcast. Thank you for joining me. Just let me know where you're watching from so I know, and feel free to ask any questions. We're doing just an impromptu question and answer session. Here's the pro tip. How do you make your mind a good repository for memory? So physiology has to be a focus. So good nutrition. So making sure that you're eating and drinking properly. That's the cue for me to take a, wait, let me do it from the fancy cup. I have it here. Watch this. I have secrets. It's one of the official mugs from the Winding Stairs. It's our journey. From Vancouver, Kyle, thank you so much for being with us tonight. How do you make your mind a good repository for memorization? Eating properly. Just make sure that you have your nutrients, that you're eating good quality food, right? And eating at a predictable interval, whether it's you're doing intermittent fasting, or if you eat, regular meals, do that, but just, make sure you're eating properly. I'm glad you like my mug. Thank you so much. This is the Winding Stairs official mug. I have secrets. If it's not in the store now, it'll be there soon. The other thing, make sure you sleep properly. Your memory is severely affected by how well rested you are. If you don't rest enough, your memory is going to be lacking. So if you're in the process of trying to memorize some stuff, make sure that you actually spend intentional time sleeping, that you're scheduling if necessary. You know what time you should go to sleep. The other thing, man, this music levels, they're all over the place. Okay. So how do you Andy, well, I'm glad you ran into us. I'm glad hopefully that you can find some value in what we're sharing here today. And I have other episodes that I've recorded and many more that are coming. I have a few that I'm editing. So we were just talking about memorization. So those are some pro tips I'll say that will help. My lodge does not go dark in the summer. We handle our masonry like man. I'm kidding. We're not scared of the heat. It's relatively comfortable here for us to go to lodge. It's actually nice in lodge during the summer, so it's not a big deal. I know that there are places that they go dark during the summer. Andy, you're in Orlando? What? I probably whistle and you hear me. I'm in Kissimmee. And Edge Inglewood. How is that possible that we got 4 people here from Florida? I wonder if YouTube just notified the people nearby. Like YouTube, you can let other people know too, right? Away from Florida. Yeah, so sleep is really good. Indiana, see, good. At least we have someone from from far aways. In Ohio, you go dark. Interesting. Um, uh, Brother Chris, do you know why you go dark in the summer? Because I know it like it's for jurisdictions that do it, they've done it for a long time, and I'm just not sure why they do it. But anyway, if you just joined me, this was impromptu. I had no intention of actually having a conversation with people. I just thought I'm gonna go live just to test a couple things here on the new format. YouTube is changing things around, and Google is changing things around when it comes to broadcasting live. And I'm working into familiarizing myself with the setup. And I have a couple thumbnails to do for some videos. I have a podcast to edit and upload. So I was just planning on being here for a little bit, and people start showing up. So thank you for showing up. It's good seeing you. um, Hellbound Heathen, thank you for joining us. Who else is here? If you're watching, if you haven't said hello, chime in. Let us know where you're listening from so we can get an idea. So we have Ohio, Indiana, all counties of Florida. We have Orange County, Osceola County, Englewood. I don't know what county you are, but thank you for being with us. And San Francisco, Alabama. Justin, thank you for joining us. Oh, I see. Chris is answering the chat that most of the buildings don't have air conditioning, and it's in a big agricultural area. So growing season may have had something to do with it as well. Makes complete sense. You see? I'm glad we did this. I'm going to bed smarter than I woke up. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. And then we have Andy. Nice. Salt Lake City. Where you Andy, you're based out of Florida, you said, right? Orlando. Yeah. But you're right now in Salt Lake City. That's long ways. Are you listening while you're driving, or are you down for the night? Actually, how are you texting? Don't be writing while you're driving. You made me nervous. So I'm really excited about one of the things that I'm doing tonight. That thumbnail that I'm working on for Roadmap to Freemasonry. If you don't know about this, I'm collaborating with a brother from Pennsylvania, Brother Homer Wood. He's a director and film producer. He's putting together a documentary about the evolution of Masonry in North America. So how it came here from Europe, and how it evolved, how it transitioned through the different states. So we are actually traveling to different states, and we're interviewing different brothers. We've spoken with Grand Masters, we've spoken with Masonic authors, and a lot of different brothers who have something to share about their Masonic experience. And before the entire documentary comes out in 2020, we're actually going to be doing some mini episodes where we share a conversation with an author, or a conversation with a grandmaster, a conversation with a brother that does something interesting. And then we're going to share those with you here through the Winding Stairs. So today, Brother Homer just showed me a preview of the final edit of the next episode, the one that is about Grandmaster Herod from Pennsylvania. And oh my God, it's so good. I'm so excited that it looks so great. Can't wait for you to see it. It's going to be on the Roadmap to Freemasonry channel. If you're not following us there yet, make sure to subscribe there. We have some really cool stuff coming. Good night, Kyle. Good to see you. Thank you for spending some time with us. I appreciate it. And yeah, thank you for the compliments about the documentary. It's looking really good. It's been very fulfilling to work on it. It's very challenging because there's a lot of moving parts. It's it's stretching my capabilities, but I welcome that. I mean, I love a good challenge, and this has been definitely an interesting challenge. So yeah, so that's it. I'm just gonna wrap up for now. Thank you for spending some time with me. It's been extra fun, and congratulations on receiving select master degree on Saturday. I think that's gonna be fantastic. Hope you enjoy it. But it's been fun chatting with you a little bit. Let me know if you enjoy this and if you want to do this every now and then. I don't mind it at all. I thank you for your company. Didn't expect it, and I feel better for it. So thank you so much. Be safe out there. And until the next time, may your steps be firm and your path illuminated as we continue our journey up the winding stairs. Take care.